All right, so let's start off. Well, I'm trying to start off with something that shows Eid-El-Kabir. So maybe we'll do the Vanguard newspaper, right? The Vanguard newspaper has it big and bold. Eid-El-Kabir, high cost of transport, foods, dampen celebrations. It's a page 5 read, and you see residents lament high costs, farmers, traders bemoan low sales, passengers deplore hike in transport fares. That's a lot really to chew on in that sense, particularly because this is a festivity that must be observed for Muslim faithful. So you have to sort of find a way to do it within your own means, right? You don't have to go all out to get the RAM. It's been said time and again that you can find other things that are affordable for you, but this just paints a picture of the economic situation which you can't run away from, certainly. So that's a page 5 read. I know some have said it's always like this. The next year is always more expensive than the previous year in that sense. So the price of RAM is never the same, doesn't stay the same over the years. But I think the point here is, it now appears unreachable, or at least the spike is higher, the rate is higher than it used to be. But hey, somehow, as I say, or do your year. Always find a way.
I think I must commend the resilience of Nigerians. I can tell you for free, even if things are like, it's not acceptable, even if things are like 2,000 naira for a liter of PMS, Nigerians will just find a way. Well, just complain. I think if there's a set of people that the government should wake up and be thanking, the president should wake up every morning and be thanking us every day, because day in, day out, Nigerians have been bearing. So as I said, a lot of things are not in the right places, although some things in terms of all those indicators are there. So I just look through again: GDP, inflation, unemployment, interest rate, exchange rate, balance of trade, what's happening in the capital market. These things I've listed. You have an answer as to what direction they are, and the ones that are not doing well. We can add FX reserve and all of that to the mix. So I just must commend Nigerians on a day like this for your resilience, for keeping faith, for whatever reason it is you use to keep faith, whether it's just your generosity to be a patriotic citizen, as all of us should be. But we appeal to the government that a lot is to be done. People are suffering, and do not, the body language sometimes of some of the handlers of the president is almost a piece off. You want to tout the number of the indicators that are in the right direction, and you are silent on the ones that are not in the right direction. And so when we keep repeating that the compounding effect hasn't got into the people, looks like we've heard this before, it's a cliche. That's disrespectful. That's insensitive. That should cost you your job, because we hired you. And if we're saying it's paining us, please just keep listening. That's all I have to say. You don't have a choice, because if our reality has changed, now Qaeda has been taken to Band A. Welcome to the club.
Oh, you're on Band A too?
I've been on Band A. I came to Band A before you now.
Oh, so now it's a competition.
Yeah, we're buying ourselves. We're buying ourselves.
You are.
So
Bukola is not connected to the national grid. Thankfully so.
Government is not subsidizing me in any shape or form. PMS, I'm not subsidized. Electricity, I'm not subsidized. FX, I'm not subsidized. So I am taking the heat. All of us are taking, anyway.
Absolutely,
well,
guys.
Just to add, Jeffrey, and it's important so that we always give government the full picture. Whether or not all of the macroeconomic indicators are not as bright as the administration will want us to project them to be, the important point to note is that the reforms, unpopular as they are, have kicked in, and the impact is being felt by Nigerians. Yes, indeed, we're commending Nigerians for their consistent resolve through different administrations as things get more difficult, the ability of Nigerians to acclimatize, so to speak. But then again, don't forget that some Nigerians have died of hunger. I'm not talking about the political hunger now. Some are hungry politically, as defined by their opponents. But some Nigerians have actually actually died of hunger. Some reported, and many unreported. Some have died as a result of insecurity due to the failure, of government agencies to respond, to protect them. And that's the primary responsibility, of government, the need to protect lives and property. So we must, put all of those points through and remind the administration that there is still so much to be done to fulfill the promise, of governance.
Let's get to the Guardian newspaper. Guardian is leading with the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road. FG to revoke approvals of reclaimed lands along road setbacks. The president, anytime he talks about this reclamation and all of that, he's very stern, because he knows that there will be a proliferation of developers along that corridor. I think it's a very ambitious, big, good project. However, we need clarity, we need honesty and sincerity as far as that project is concerned. There were issues around whether indeed it's up to 30 kilometers. I can say for a fact, I don't think it's up to 30 kilometers that was commissioned, because if you listen to the statement of I think the contractor who was making remarks, he used the word almost 20 in one of the stretches, and he used the word almost 10 in one of the other stretch. So people are saying that some gentleman went and said the one that was said to be 10 is about 6, and the other one is also a shortfall. And it's not as if you can drive straight 30 kilometers. So it's just about 4% of the entire road project. But I know it's all politics as well for the government, because just to show that something is going on, they are working, and something to mark the administration's second year anniversary. Even if it was 10 kilometers, trust me, the president will show up and commission the project. So fact is that the project is there, is going on, but government needs to be honest with us as to what is really exact. There's no assumption. It's road, we can measure. There's no assumption. We can't, it's 750 kilometers, so you can't assume. There's no almost. If it is 10, it is 10. If it's 15, so that's just being clever by half. And again, we need to know the cost per kilometer. Remember when we had Senator Dave Umar here? He had told us, as at the initial projection of 17 trillion, but I think it has come down. And of course, he talked about the fact that it was about 4 billion per kilometer. I don't know how much it is now, but I think they've reduced it from 10 to 6 in terms of the carriage now on each lane, and the dual and the center, the median is going to be railway, and it's an EPC plus F financing model, meaning that the federal government will bring about 30 to 15% of the entire money. High tech will bring the rest. But just sincerity will be good. So, but the president is warning all developers, for whatever reclamation you're doing, if you don't have the express approval of the Surveyor General or so, I've forgotten who said, you're going to be in trouble. So stay clear. If you're buying land around that corridor, please be sure that you're buying land from the right people and from government. Else, whatever property you put up will go down.
And there's also talk about the potential, right, for tolling of a portion of that road once it is completed.
It's not potential, it will be tolled.
Yeah, there are a lot of implications for that Lagos-Calabar coastal road. But let's go to this Nigeria. And this morning, apart from those who are not celebrating in Mokwa, the Eid-El-Kabir festivities, some others in Kaduna may also not be celebrating the festivities. Tragedy in Kaduna, mudslide claims 11 lives, mostly children in Kubau local government area. You'll find details on page 2 of this Nigeria, but don't forget that this report actually took place. The incident took place about 2 days ago in Kubau local government area, and with the Ministry of Disaster Management saying there that this is more man-made than it is a natural disaster. So it speaks to safety precautions in that particular area where there was some sort of sand dredging going on, and what were children doing there. There's also been directives for a commencement of investigation into that particular incident to find out what exactly happened, because the hole that they were digging sort of collapsed upon them and they were buried. It was a very sad incident. So what were children doing there in the first place? Is it a child labor situation? Answers must be given in order to prevent a reoccurrence of this particular incident in the future. But take a look at that story above the nameplate. Tinubu has courage to take decisions. FCT Minister Wike at OAU Ife lecture. We saw him yesterday, and of course, whenever the FCT Minister has an opportunity to speak, he makes good use of it. So you can catch up on the other things that he said on Channels Television's YouTube channel.
So there you go. That's a look at the dailies. We're back in a moment for our call to action and just to give you a feel of the activities ahead of Eid-El-Kabir. That's in a moment. Stay with us.